my god, I had to stretch really quick. Get a yawn out. Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's good, locals? Welcome back to the Local Podcast. This is episode 39. You can find our podcast on Audioboom, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and that one app we don't know about, but you guys know about. This is Carlos Perez and my good friend
Miguel Vasquez.
And we are here to talk about video games, movies, TV shows, sometimes anime. We'll see what we got on the list. Anything that pretty much interests us. You know how we do it, Mike. What have you been up to?
I've been good. I think I mentioned in the last podcast, I've been working on with another fellow artist, 3D artist that does like similar creepy designs as like what I do on Instagram. So I've been working on that. It's Didi and Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. They're like battling each other in a creepy creepy way. I'm working on Dexter and she's working on Didi. So that's going pretty well. I've been working on that like all week, and then of course my personal projects as well. Lately my job that I work, I only work once a week, but lately they've been giving me like extra days because a lot of people are calling off from work and they need like extra people. So lately I've been working like maybe like 3 days a week. So that's pretty good, I guess. You know, more money, I guess. But work. I'm working on the DD and Dexter project. Just today, I went to Mount Baldy with my friend. We went to go hike. We hiked for like maybe like 2 hours, I think. And then yeah, that was fun. That was just recent, and I just got back, and I'm kind of tired, but I'm like hyped up right now because of the news that we're gonna be announcing right now. We're talking about. And then and for games, I haven't really been playing much games, honestly. Not this week, but for sure, I know you've been telling me to get Fall Guys to play with you and Daniela. I've been busy, honestly, but for sure I'll check it out though. But other than that, I haven't really been playing much video games. Just those, you know. What about you? What you been up to?
Nothing really. One interesting thing that I did start though, I started watching The Boys on Amazon Prime. And holy crap, it is so good. I started watching it with Nate and Jose. They were over the other day and we were just watching it. I think we binge watched like the first 5 episodes like back to back, and then Nate went home, and then the next day Nate came back, watched 2 more episodes, and the day after Nate came back and we finished up season 1, and oh my god, it was so good. And literally tonight he's gonna come back over and we're gonna start season 2. There's like 3 episodes out, and then so we're gonna watch the next 3 episodes. But
yeah, my bad. I've heard so many great things about The Boys.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. Pretty much to give it like just like a short sum, or like just to tell you the plot. Pretty much it's like a story about superheroes, but the superheroes are crooked. Like they're like bad cops or whatever. Like they do bad things, but it's really good. It tells a really good story. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh shit, for sure. That's good for Amazon Prime, you know? They're stepping up their game, you know?
I mean, Amazon Prime has some other good stuff too, but I just haven't watched any. But The Boys is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm really liking that. Game wise, I think I talked about it on the last podcast, but I did finish Avengers with my brother. We beat that. My brother and Malcolm, we beat that. That was pretty good. Overall rating to rate the whole game, like I said before, I think my rating before was like a 6 out of 10 from everything from multiplayer and story wise, and I keep my score like 6 out of 10 still. Like it's cool. I wouldn't say it's like amazing, go out there and go play it now. It's more like, yeah, I say cop it when it's like $30 if you're just trying to do single player story mode. The multiplayer isn't that great. If I were to rate the multiplayer, I'll probably give it like a 3 out of 10, honestly, because it's so repetitive and the gear system is pretty garbage. But story mode, it kind of brings the score back up. Like it's a cool experience to go through. Any other video games? I started playing Ghost of Tsushima a little bit, and we finished that Zombies Easter Egg Origins, me, my brother, Malcolm, and Luis. That was pretty cool. And today I started playing Breath of the Wild. Like I started all over, dude.
Mm.
And so after I watched the Ubisoft Forward conference or whatever it's called, and I saw what's that game called? Shit, Immortals. Dang it, what's it called? Immortals, Fenyx Rising. There you go. Yeah, after I saw that, I was like, dang, I kind of want to. I've been wanting to go back to play Breath of the Wild anyways, because I never finished it, but I started fresh all over, and oh my god, I forgot how much of a slow start it is after not having all the utilities or any of the upgrades. Like, goddamn, I forgot how much I hate that stamina wheel and how short it is. Constantly having to run and then stop, run and then stop. Like, oh my god. And I don't even have the glider right now. I have to climb my way down. Fuck. I regret it.
You know, like Breath of the Wild is over 3 years old. How do you compare it after playing, you know, God of War, like other, you know, you know, God of War isn't really open world, but compare it to today, you know, 3 years later, do you think, since you're playing it again, do you think Breath of the Wild is kind of outdated in you know, compared to 2020 standards, you know, video game standards?
No.
Or does it still hold up well?
I feel like most Nintendo games hold up well. Like, I don't know why, but like you can even play Mario from the NES. Like, I don't know what the game is called. Like, you can play it today, and that game holds up like really good. You know what I mean? Like, I can say that about most Nintendo games, but yeah, Breath of the Wild does still hold up. To answer your question, yeah,
for sure, that's good.
Yeah, for sure. Replayability. Well, for me, it's like I'm starting all over because I never beat the game. You know what I mean? If I beat the game back then, maybe who knows if I were to just hop back in and beat it again. But since I'm starting all over, it's pretty fun. Like I'm really hyped, especially for the news that we got with the new Hyrule Warriors. We'll get back to that later. But yeah, other than that, I've been wanting to replay a lot of games. I wanted to like restart on Hollow Knight, restart on Hyper Light Drifter. I wanted to start Persona 5 Royale, but there's just like, goddamn, my backlog is so huge and I'm not taking the time to beat any of them. I freaking started a brand new file of Breath of the Wild and I still have not beat Ghost of Tsushima. Like, I really need to settle down with the fucking game and sit my ass there and actually go through it. Like, for how much I loved Ghost of Tsushima, I can't believe I still haven't finished it. You know what I mean? I should really sit down and grind through these, you know? Not even grind through them, just fucking playing them, you know?
Yeah.
But I've been spending hours watching The Boys because each episode's like an hour long. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, trying to rewatch all that because I would think I was on like 4 seasons in at one point, and then I just dropped it for some reason. Like, not because I didn't like it or anything, I just like dropped it. Like, I don't know why, but I'm restarting that, so I'm on season 2 on that. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's such a good show.
For sure.
But other than that, I haven't been doing anything else. I think the most thinking that I've done is the new graphics card that's coming out. But yeah, so we'll see. But other than that, anything interesting that happened this week that you forgot to say, or?
Nothing really, honestly. I'm pretty hyped about the news, you know, the Xbox Series, but we'll talk about that more later. I'm pretty hyped about the new, well, hopefully Sony announces their, you know, actual price, you know, the official price for the PS5. So hopefully we get that. But honestly, like, nothing really interesting. It's pretty boring, other than, you know, just extra work shifts, work days for me.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
All right. Well, let's hop straight into news. We got one movie news. The Comeback Trail, starring Robert De Niro, Tommy Lee Jones, and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Pretty much this is the story of Robert De Niro. He's a producer and he owes Morgan Freeman some money, and I guess he sees on a movie set that an actor died and he got, I think, like $1 million worth of insurance. So Robert De Niro gets this idea of killing an actor in stunt so they could get insurance money so he could pay off Morgan Freeman. And the actor they're trying to kill is Tommy Lee Jones. It looks pretty funny and pretty interesting.
Wow, that's funny. Yeah, I was watching it, and wow, those 3 actors are like freaking legends, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones, Morgan Freeman, and Robert De Niro. Wow. It's a good.
It's slated for a November release, but depending on how movie theaters are opening and stuff, we'll see if we'll get any movie theaters around us to open. But I'm still in that window. Like, I still have not gone out to eat at a restaurant, and I have still not gone out like publicly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I've just been chilling.
Yeah. That's good too, but no, it's coming out November 13th, 2020. Damn. And I know I already know that there's a couple theaters that are open. I don't know about here. Not here local. I don't know if locally, but some theaters are open. So hopefully by November, everything's a bit calm. But I kind of doubt it because November is like winter season, and that's like the flu season where people get sick a lot. So it's gonna cause a lot of panic. So I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna be able to watch it in theaters by November.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, or at least in another Discord I'm in, they've been talking about the movie Tenet, and I'm like, fuck, I want to go watch that so bad. And I can't go watch it because they're showing it only in theaters, and I would have just bought it directly just so I could watch it in my house, you know? But regardless, yeah, the movie Robert De Niro, Tommy Lee Jones, and Morgan Freeman is called The Comeback Trail. Looks really good. I'm pretty hyped for it. It was pretty funny. At the end of the trailer, they say, I forgot what the corny joke was, but it was like coming back to theaters in November or some shit like that.
Coming back to theaters.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Like that little hint, you know?
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much all the movie news, unless you saw something that I didn't write down that you thought was interesting.
Not really. Not that I know of, honestly.
Okay. All right, Mike, hold on. Give me 1 second. I had to write something down. Something happened on the computer, and I think the audio picked it up.
Okay. Mark it down.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, Mike. So next on the news, we got some pretty much hopping straight into video game news, but regardless, we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Calamity. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Pretty much it's not a Breath of the Wild. It's a Breath of the Wild prequel, but set in the Dynasty Warriors combat style. So if you're a big Dynasty Warriors fan, I assume you guys like this if you play Breath of the Wild, because pretty much hack and slash. It takes 100 years before Breath of the Wild. Pretty much where Breath of the Wild starts in the beginning is 100 years after. So pretty much you're going to see the whole story of how everything happened with Ganon and how the legendary heroes were taken over. And so you could pretty much be Zelda, Link, and the other 4 legendaries, which is pretty interesting because this is pretty much the main reason why I restarted Breath of the Wild, so I could be ready for this game. I never played a Dynasty Warriors game, but I guess a lot of people say they're good. But the last Hyrule Warriors game that I played was the Switch version. I remember Damien bought it and he came over because he said it was co-op, and we played together, and no joke, we were so bored, or at least we thought it was pretty boring. But let alone that the Hyrule Warriors game that's coming out, the Breath of the Wild prequel, it has the Breath of the Wild engine. So like the art style, the open world, I think it's going to be open world. I don't know if it's going to be like loading into levels, but regardless, I thought it was pretty cool that they announced that. It was random too. Like I remember waking up one morning, like just to go to the bathroom, and I just checked YouTube for any new YouTube news to add to the news. And I saw it there. It said 5 minutes ago, and I was like, what the hell? And I click on it. I was like, oh, fuck. Well, thank God I woke up early today. But yeah, pretty much the game will release around November 20th. And I think they're going to show more on the 26th of September from when we're recording this on September 10th. But regardless, what did you think about it?
I'm not really a huge like Zelda fan, but I know I have a couple friends who like that were posting it on their Instagram, like saying like, oh, I can't wait for this, like I'm assuming it's like a really good thing. Because I have like a friend that was like a huge Zelda fan, like a Nintendo fan, and she was like constantly talking about it when I would hang out with her. I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. But it looks good. It obviously has like the same art style as Breath of the Wild, so that's good. But I've never really been into like Zelda. But I mean, obviously it's a big win for Nintendo fans and Zelda fans, obviously. Like, but honestly, like, it looks good. It looks really good. That's all I gotta say. I like the art style.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the Nintendo rumors coming around that I guess Nintendo devs are Nintendo is telling its developers to have their Switch games 4K ready. With the rumor we talked about last week that apparently that there's going to be a new Switch console in 2021. And like we said, like we're speculating that imagine like the Switch screen was 4K. You know, or like if they're gonna make a new Switch, do we want a bigger screen? What do we want from it? You know, so what kind of new speculations can we expect from this apparent rumor that Nintendo's asking its devs for their games to be 4K ready?
Well, obviously they would get more third-party support. That's what they need, you know. Honestly,
so?
like,
I said, do you think so?
Yeah, I think so, dude. Like I bought Nintendo. I bought a Switch for the Nintendo games, you know. Even though I'm not really a huge Nintendo fan, but I do love me some Mario. So like, yeah, that's the reason I bought it. I didn't buy it to play third-party games on the Switch. Hell no, I bought it. That's for like the One X that I have, but for sure, like if they're telling developers make their games like 4K playable with 60 frames per second, then that's a huge win for them. That means I'll probably get a Switch on portable mode, you know, take it with me, and I'll be able to play like the games at its glory, you know, 4K or like 1080p 60 frames per second, you know. But yeah, like I bought a Switch just for the Nintendo games. I didn't buy it for third-party support. I mean, third-party games at all. But for sure, I think that's a really good thing, and I really hope that speculation comes true because it'd be awesome, you know, to play on the go, you know. Playing Doom Eternal at 60 frames per second, that'd be pretty cool on the go, you know.
Yeah, for me, maybe I always think, or would you consider indie games third party?
Yeah, I consider it third party.
Yeah, because I literally only play indie games on my Switch. I have some on PC, but I wish they were on Switch so I could play them on there. I don't know why. Like, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna be able to play better. Not play better, but it's gonna look better on my computer or my PlayStation, you know, rather than on my Switch. But for some reason, I only like playing indies on my Switch.
Yeah, because you just take it with you, you know. Anywhere.
And it doesn't require a lot of hardware, you know, to push it. Obviously, it's gonna look better on better hardware, but it still looks just as good for what the Switch can do, you know.
Yeah.
But regardless, Switch 4K. If it's true, if they're telling their devs that, then hopefully it will be true next year. You know, I could only imagine the price tag for what they're gonna have to compete against with PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox Series. But like, it'll be crazy. I feel like they'll probably bump it up. Honestly, they'll probably charge $5. I can only imagine.
Fuck no.
You don't think so?
That's too much, dude.
5. I feel like knowing Nintendo, I don't think they're afraid, honestly.
I don't know.
A 4K portable system, yeah, it's not going to be as strong as a Series X or a PlayStation 5, but just to know that there is hardware that could push that out, you know.
There is definitely hardware. But you think about it, like you're playing on a small screen, you know, unless it's docked. But I mean, I don't really play Switch on dock. I bought it just to take it out with me. But imagine playing 4K screen on a small tablet. Like you wouldn't really notice it a lot. You know, I mean, the Switch can't even, like, there's a lot of games that don't even run at native 1080p. They run at 720p, you know. Maybe some are 1080p, but not all of it. You know, I feel like the Switch should focus on that first, and then trying to like aim for 4K, you know. But then again, you know, it's been 3 years, you know, since the Switch came out, so I'm assuming they already have like some really great hardware for reasonable price, you know.
I only mentioned that it would be $5, or like it wouldn't surprise me, because hardware is getting cheaper. Like, look at the 3070 series, $500 for something that could run 4K 60.
Yeah.
I believe I forgot, but something that's double the speed of a 2080 Ti that they were charging $1,300 for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like hardware is getting cheaper, and I can only imagine them fitting it in a small compact factor form. You know, especially for Nintendo. But you know, these are all just speculation and what we would want. You know,
Yeah.
it would surprise me if they charged maybe like $4 for a 4K portable screen. You know, that would be that would be great. You know, but.
Okay.
Nintendo loves money, but Nintendo hates money. You know what I mean? They'll find a way to fuck it up or make it good for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But what were you gonna say?
But my question is, will it be able to handle like the next gen games in 4K? I'm assuming the new Switch will handle like current gen games at 4K, maybe at 30 frames per second, something like that. But with the new consoles coming out, I feel like it's going to be hard for Switch to like compete against Xbox and PlayStation 5 with the new next gen games. Because when they say that they're trying to like make the new Switch console to run 4K games, they probably mean like current games, you know, current games to run at 4K, you know. Mm-hmm. And with the new next gen games coming out, I feel like that requires a lot more hardware, like powerful hardware. I don't know, maybe it'll be able to run it at 1080p, you know, 30 frames per second, you know. Mm-hmm. But for sure, like it's gonna be interesting to see how they handle, you know, 4K at a reasonable price, you know, for their console.
Yeah, we'll see. Mm-hmm. Like we said, these are all still speculation and rumors. There's no confirmation that they are asking devs or if we are getting a new Switch next year, you know.
Yeah.
But regardless, it'd be cool. But we'll see about that price, you know. I'm pretty sure that's what everyone's debating on. But other than that, we could hop into some Call of Duty news. Mm-hmm. They showed off their multiplayer trailer. It looked pretty cool. They showed off a couple of new maps. I think they announced a new game mode. And in the trailer, you pretty much just see gameplay. It just looks like regular Call of Duty. I just thought we mentioned it. But one thing that caught my eye is that it seems like there's a lot of mobility. There's like dirt bikes, there's motorcycles, there's helicopters. You could swim, drive boats, like get snow skis in some maps. Like it seems like if you're able to move around with this type of mobility, these maps gotta be big, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch much of the gameplay, but even still, when they were in those vehicles, it seemed like the map was big. Like, why would they add mobility like that in a small map? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's my theory, is that these maps are gonna be big, and we're not gonna have a lot of maps. Maybe like 8, but 8 huge maps. So every time like you're playing, you're just not. Obviously, you're gonna be repeating a lot of the maps, but like at least every time you'll be able to explore something new or be a different part of the map where you're playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the mobility seems pretty nice because it kind of seems like it seems like a Battlefield type of map, because I know they used to have a lot of that stuff in it. But regardless, and they announced that the game will release on November 13th, and if you pre-order digitally, you'll be able to play first on PlayStation 4 starting October 8th. Mm-hmm. And the last thing they showed in the multiplayer trailer was some zombies, and that's got me really hyped. Mm-hmm. But overall, I don't know why every time a new Call of Duty trailer comes out, it gets me hyped. I get it, and I play the multiplayer, and I like let that shit go probably like after like 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. But for sure, since it has zombies, I'm definitely gonna be hopping on for zombies, and hopefully, I know they said the game is cross-plat, or at least Warzone is, or is Modern Warfare cross-plat? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I think so. I remember hearing about it.
I think Call of Duty is cross-plat, multiplayer, regardless. So if Zombies is cross-platform, that'll be so dope because they have a wider variety of friends to play Zombies with, you know? And it'll be easier to link up and do Easter eggs, but regardless, I'm pretty hyped. Like, I'm really excited. I always get excited for new Call of Duty, but since this one has zombies specifically, I'm really excited because I love zombies. And from what you guys have heard, that I did the Easter egg with my brother and his friends, but yeah, it's super dope. I can't wait. I'm kind of bummed that they didn't show much of it. They literally only showed like a couple of seconds of it, But just to know that I saw a zombie in there, hell yeah. You know what I mean? And then I seen that another YouTuber, Mr. Raffle Waffles, is coming back too. So I'm super hyped. He was like off YouTube. Like, he was pretty much my main zombie guide for Easter eggs. Like, if you don't know Mr. Raffle Waffles, like, if you watch a video, I'm pretty sure you heard his voice. Like, hey guys, Mr. Waffle Waffles is back here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm super hyped that zombies is gonna be in this next Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they showed off a bunch of gameplay. If you want to go check it out, just go YouTube it, whatever. I didn't watch most of it, but I saw some of it. It looked pretty interesting. Just looks like regular Call of Duty. Obviously, like copy and paste, but it seems like they got a lot of detail into their guns and stuff. But I'm not a big like Call of Duty expert, so I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what gun is better or any of the attachments or anything like that. I'm just hyped for the zombies. But one interesting note that I took was that I believe this Call of Duty, I don't know if it's the entire game of Cold War, but I think it's Warzone is gonna have cross-platform progression. So if you're like tier 25 on PC, but you have people on PlayStation and you go play on PlayStation, you will be on tier 25 on PlayStation. So your progress transfers from PC to PlayStation or to Xbox or fucking Stadia, whatever's. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And one last note that I saw from I didn't watch the entire direct, I just watched some highlights. But one thing I saw interesting was that I think the gameplay footage that they showed in the trailer for the multiplayer reveal was captured from PlayStation 5 footage. And the Call of Duty Cold War is going to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5 controller. I thought that was pretty cool. So it's going to take advantage of the haptic feedbacks, the vibration, and everything around it.
For sure, that's good. You know.
Yeah, definitely. See, because I feel like the PS4 controller, that touch bar, I feel like barely anybody used it. Only Sony Sony exclusives, you know. But just to see third parties take control or take advantage of the controller, that hypes me up that there's going to be a lot of compatibility. And I hope to see, because a lot of devs are hyping this controller up and saying it's a game changer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But what did you think?
I haven't really played Call of Duty in a while, but I know for sure I know a lot of people that buy Call of Duty just for multiplayer and zombies. And would I buy it just for zombies? I mean, I already got Resident Evil 2, you know.
They're not zombies. Are they zombies? They don't ever say they're zombies, huh?
No, I mean, everyone calls it zombie, you know. Like, I'm sure I've seen like some old trailers, like DLC trailers of Call of Duty announcing like zombie packs, you know, something like that. But I'm sure they're zombies.
No, in Resident Evil, like, does Resident Evil like confirm that there's zombies, or I feel like I've only heard them call them infected or diseased?
No, they're zombies, but like they don't really say it in the game, you know? Because I'm sure they don't know what the heck it is, but like obviously to us, you know, us fans, we know they're zombies, but in the game they're not gonna say, oh, we gotta kill that zombie. They're gonna say like, oh, we gotta kill that monster or that infected person, you know? You know what I mean?
I feel like we had this debate already on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we did.
But for like, fuck, what was I gonna say? Like in The Walking Dead, they're not. They don't call them zombies. They call them walkers.
Yeah, because that's what they name them. You know, like if you know. Yeah.
Like, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Oh, sorry, go.
No. The term zombie doesn't really exist in that world, in their world. You know, Walking Dead. So they'll just be walkers or infected people. But we all know that they're called zombies.
Okay.
Yeah, but go on.
No, I was gonna say one thing I remember was that I was gonna start Resident Evil 7 last week, but I fucking forgot. I started doing something else.
For real? Are you gonna play it on? If you do play, are you gonna play it on VR or PC?
I'm just gonna play it on PC.
For sure.
I want to play it in VR, but I have to set up my PlayStation VR. But yeah,
it'll be worth it though.
We'll see. But yeah, the Call of Duty direct was pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not like 100% like hardcore going into details, but I think one thing that catches my attention is still the PlayStation 5 controller and how it's hitting all these devs in different ways. Like they keep talking about it, and I really want to get my hands on one already, so I could actually see what this hype is about. You know, see if the hype was worth it, because a lot of devs are talking a lot about it.
Mhm.
But regardless, yeah, Call of Duty Cold War multiplayer stuff was revealed. I say check it out if you're interested in that.
Mhm.
Another thing we got was the Ubisoft Forward Direct.
Mhm.
What did you think? Or what was your favorite thing about it? Or did you watch any clips?
I did watch some clips. I watched the Ubisoft Prince of Persia.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was funny because the graphics look outdated. You know, I'm not like, I love graphics. I'm not really like a huge graphics person. I'm more like a gameplay and story like person, but story-based person. But the graphics look really like PS3-ish.
Yeah.
And I was watching the video, and on the IGN video, there's like the dislikes is like, I think it has like 5.5 thousand dislikes. And
Really?
6.4 likes. But if you go through the comment section, people are like, cool, it's on PS3 now. People were just criticizing the graphics and stuff like that. Like, I've never really watched Prince of Persia.
Mm-hmm.
But this trailer definitely made me not want to like look into like the Prince of Persia films, you know? Because
Yeah.
I think they're kind of awful, like, in a way. I don't know. But yeah, like, kind of reminds me of Aladdin in a way. But
Mm-hmm.
what do you think?
Yeah, when I saw so first of all, Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake was officially announced with all those leaks going around. It's coming out January 2021, January 21st, 2021. Goddamn. And what I thought, yeah, for sure, it's definitely a remake, and it's being remade by Ubisoft devs, so they're not handing it off to like a third-party developer or anything like Tony Hawk, Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro. They hand it off to Vicarious Divisions, and they make really good remakes. Like, oh my god, like, they're for sure stunning, and you could definitely tell it's a remaster. And I feel like we got spoiled with those, you know what I mean? And then we look at this remake, and in the thought of my head, I was like, this looks like a remastered PS3 game being ported to the PS4 or the new Xbox, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like we did get spoiled with Vicarious Divisions, you know? Just to see this, and it's kind of like, it's not upsetting. Like, in my head, I was thinking like, okay, like, cool, good for them that they tried this, you know what I mean? And then I was thinking to myself, I was like, all right, don't trash it, don't think negative about it. And I saw someone else in like another Discord say, what did you guys think about that Prince of Persia remake? It kind of looks like a PS3 ported to the PS4, and I was like, oh well, thank God I'm not the only one that thinks like this, you know? But for sure, will I get it day one? Honestly, if it looked like a Vicarious Divisions game, yeah, but like these graphics, like, I most likely won't get it day one. I'll probably wait for like a sale. I'm not dying to play it, you know what I mean? But the gameplay, like the way the elements of the game looks really cool. Like, it does catch my eye. Like, I really do want to play this. Like the puzzles, the platforming, the combat, it looks really cool. But the graphics kind of like bum me down, so it throws in the day one, no, the 1 day game. You know what I mean? I got that saying from the homie Fox. But yeah, regardless, cool. But we'll see. They showed off a lot of alpha footage too. I don't know why they would do that, but all right, cool. And another thing too is that I had another friend that was, I think I mentioned this, that one of the other podcasts I listened to, he said that he met up with some guy like, I think like late last year, like late October, and he said it on his podcast that he was talking to some guy on a bus, and I think he was editing pictures or something. I forgot what the story was, but he asked the guy like, oh, what do you do? And he was like, oh, dude, I just got wrapping up a job in like Egypt, taking pictures for this Ubisoft game, like Prince of Persia or something. And then he was like, no way that you do that stuff. And he was like, yeah, we just wrapped up like last week. I'm just developing these pictures. So we pretty much heard this rumor before there was rumors ever, but we thought like this guy didn't know what he was talking about, but I guess it's true that it was happening. So pretty much I heard it first from the homie. you know. So I thought that was funny.
For
But
sure.
other than that, they showed off some other things, but something else that caught my attention was Immortals: Fenyx Rising. That game looks so cool, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. It comes out December 3rd. Pretty much, this game is like a 4K version, like Breath of the Wild. Like, it looks so damn good. Pretty much, this story takes place within Greek mythology. It's, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like the story of Breath of the Wild, but with Greek mythology mixed into it. Like,
Yeah,
not the same exact thing, but pretty much there's like a evil thing in the center of the map, and you have to go destroy other bosses within the region to take down that center boss. And pretty much you do the same thing in Breath of the Wild. You go to different types of regions of the map, defeat those bosses, and then you're able to fight the final boss in the middle, which is Ganon. But this one catches my eye because I love Hercules, the Disney movie. Like, I can just remember when Hercules fights Medusa, or the three-headed dragon. I forgot what the three-headed dragon, which turns into like 29 heads when he keeps cutting them off. I could just hear Phil, quit slicing their heads off, or no, quit aiming for the head, or fuck, I can't even remember. But regardless, just because that's my favorite movie, this definitely caught my eye because you fight things like that, like a Minotaur. You see in the cinematic trailer, she fights Medusa, and the main character, you can make the main character whoever you want. It could be a boy or girl, but in the cinematic trailer and cover art, there's a girl. I think the name's Fenyx. I don't remember. I think you can name it anything you want though. But regardless, this game looks really cool, and I can't wait to definitely get it. This is a day one for me, for sure.
For sure. You know, I'm quite surprised you didn't mention God of War. You know, because you were talking about Hercules. The film, which is based on Greek, so is God of War 3, you know, or 2 and 1, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Kratos fights all those characters and kills them all. Spoiler.
Yeah, dude, I fucking forgot because when I was thinking because I was thinking of God of War when I saw this too, but I was thinking of the new God of War, and I was like, oh yeah, it kind of doesn't relate because it relates to Morse mythology or more. Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, regardless, Immortals: Fenyx Rising. What did you think?
It looks good, you know. I got into Greek mythology just because of, you know, God of War 3. That was the first God of War game I played. And then it was 2 and 1, but yeah, like, it looks good. I like the art style. Would I get it? Maybe. Just because I'm like so used to like the physics and the gameplay from God of War 3. Since it's based on Greek mythology, just like this game.
Yeah.
But it looks good, pretty much. All I gotta say, it looks really good.
Yeah, dude.
It looks okay. I like it.
Yeah, dude. It looks, for me, it's, oh my god, I can't wait to play it. It looks so dope. For sure, that's another reason why I'm replaying Breath of the Wild. It's just so I could have like, I don't know how, I guess like a similarity or a prep. So when I play this game, I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun.
For sure, you should play God of War 3 too.
For sure, I was really hooked when I seen in the cinematic trailer she's fighting Medusa. Obviously, it's cinematic, but the cinematic is like on par with the gameplay footage they show. You know, I would probably say obviously they're cinematic scenes, but the graphical vision looks pretty on point from what they're showing in the cinematic. Wouldn't you say? But sorry, go.
No, my bad. You keep going.
I was gonna say, in the cinematic, when she's fighting Medusa, she switches off. Like, she starts off with a bow and arrow. So after that, Medusa like basically shoots her bow down, like disintegrates it, and then next she gets like she pulls out a big hammer, and then Medusa can teleport. So pretty much, like, she's pulling out these various weapons, and I can only imagine like what more can she do? You know, there's like she has that ultimate ability where she pulls out a bunch of spears from the underground and pulls them straight up if she's surrounded. So you could get out of a tight corner, you know? Yeah. And then she pulls out some wings. You can see that she flies in some of the gameplay. But, oh my god, just so much of the stuff that they're showing is so cool. And another thing, too, is that throughout the entire game, it's being it gets narrated by, I forgot his myth name, like Titan something. and another person, aka Zeus, the god of thunder. Like they're narrating the entire game because I guess the world that it's set in is taken over, kind of like it's not Hades taking over the world, but it's like an evil god that's taking over the world of the gods, and you pretty much are clearing out everyone to bring everyone back. So it's kind of like the Hercules story, you know what I mean? When Hades takes over. God, I'm so bad, but you guys get the idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But overall, oh my god, dude, I am so hyped for this game. Immortals, Fenyx Rising. If you haven't seen the trailer, I say definitely check it out because it's worth the watch. You have any last minute sayings?
No, pretty much. If you're hyped for it, I'm hyped for you.
But yeah, dude, I can't wait. I was ready to pre-order, but I was gonna pre-order on my PC because like that's where it's probably gonna look best. But I feel like I want to pre-order on my PlayStation 5 if I could. But I don't know, dude. It looks so good.
I say get it for the PS5 just so it can give you a reason to buy a PS5.
Yeah, most likely will. Well, we'll see. But,
yeah, we gotta see some Digital Foundry videos, on how well the PS5 performs.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But yeah.
But the last thing that didn't really surprise me, but it was like confirmation. People's voices have been heard. People have been asking for this game for years and years and years and years and years and years. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the complete edition, has been announced and is slated for holiday 2020. It's coming to, I don't know if it's coming to next gen, but I know it's coming to PS4, Xbox, and Switch, Stadia, and PC. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this because I watched the Scott Pilgrim versus the World pretty late, pretty much like after high school, and I didn't know anything about it. And they took the game off digitally and physical editions since 2014, I believe. It's been like, what, 6 years? So, and everyone's been asking for it. There's a company called Limited Run Games that they get properties or property rights to make a physical edition of a digital only game or indie games, and people have been asking for it. And I think they have like a poll, or how would you call it? Like a counter of how many days like they go on with people without people asking for Scott Pilgrim versus the World for them to do it. And every day it's been 0. So someone has been asking every single day on their Twitter for a Scott Pilgrim physical edition.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think they ever got past day 1. You know what I mean? But Ubisoft heard the voices, like we mentioned before, that I think the creator was getting bugged too, that they want the game back. So I remember him tweeting out saying like, I have not had any contact with Ubisoft about the Scott Pilgrim game. And literally like a month later, he tweeted saying, update, Ubisoft contacted me. And then everyone lost their mind. They're like, yeah, it's happening. Everyone's like super excited, but they didn't know when it was happening. I guess Ubisoft just like had to ask, because I don't believe the creator of Scott Pilgrim is getting any percentage out of all of this. I don't think he has any like, how would you call it? Like influence or any say in what goes on in the game or how it gets released and stuff. Like I think he's just letting Ubisoft do whatever he wants with it. And then he was like, I remember the news today, he was finally, now you guys could stop asking me. Now everyone could start asking, can you guys put Fall Guys on the SNES? I thought that was funny, but yeah, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is coming back finally, holiday 2020. What do you think?
I've never, honestly, believe it or not, I've never watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I've never have the film. I know, wow, what's the actor's name? I forgot.
Michael Cera.
Huh?
Michael Cera.
Yeah, Michael Cera, of course. Yeah, I remember when it first came out, a lot of people were talking about it back in high school. I think I was a freshman. A lot of people were talking about it, and I didn't know, like, they made a game after it, right? Or before it? After, right?
Yeah, after.
Yeah. So it looks pretty fun. I see like going through the comment section, a lot of people have been it seems to me like a lot of people have been requesting this game for the longest, you know. But it looks pretty fun. It reminds me a lot of of like Game Boy Advance games in a way.
Yeah, like a beat 'em up, and it's gonna have like local co-op up to 4 players, I believe. I saw on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it looks pretty good. Honestly, like gives me like Nintendo, Sega, Genesis vibes in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, was that pixel art?
Yeah, the pixel art. Yeah.
What is that, like 32-bit?
64? Yeah, I think 32. Yeah, I think so. Is it or 16-bit? No, 32-bit. I think.
I was thinking either 32 or 64. I don't know. It looks really high bit though, for sure.
Yeah.
But regardless, yeah, I've been wanting the game to come out, or like I started looking for a way to play the game. I was gonna download an emulator on my PC so I could play after I watched like the movie. And I remember Solito had the demo on his Xbox 360 and we played it. But I barely remember the thing. But yeah, for sure, I'm definitely gonna pick this up day one too.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the interesting points from the Ubisoft Direct.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll hop into our last and main topic.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox Series S and X price and launch date confirmed, but like had a really leaky information. Like, it's crazy, but to be fair, Xbox held like you know how like people, like there's some people that can't take a joke, or like they like to make fun of other people, but when someone like makes fun of them like jokingly, like how they would do it to other people, they get butthurt. Like, hey, I could do that to you, but you can't do that to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like with all these leaks, Xbox took it like pretty well. Like they tweeted out like a pretty funny picture. Pretty much the Xbox Series S video was leaked by some, I don't know who leaked it, like some YouTube guy. I forgot his name, like Brad Sam or something.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much with all this speculation and everyone was talking about it on Twitter, they tweeted like maybe like 3 hours after the leak that one meme of that little puppet like looking to the corner of his eyes, like, and then him looking forward like sweating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just so funny. And then like I think like an hour after that tweet, they said, all right, well, I guess cat's out of the bag. Xbox Series S confirmed this price, and it was all over the place. But I'm hyped that all the news is out. So pretty much, Xbox Series S gonna cost $300, the X $500, and they are both releasing November 10th. Pre-orders go live September 22nd.
Wow, that's pretty cool. November 10th. That's what, exactly 2 months from now. We're on September 10th. That's 2 months from now.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty exciting. I'm gonna read off the spec sheet because the Series S and the Series X are completely different. I'm gonna read off like crazy stuff, like what their CPU, GPU power is, whatever.
Yeah, tell me.
But pretty much, the Series S is gonna run up to 2K, 60 frames per second, up to 120 frames, and the Series X, 4K, 60 frames, 120 frames. The storage on the X is 1 terabyte. The Series S is half that, 512, and both are expandable up to 1 terabyte storage drives. I believe that it's gonna be like special 1 terabytes from at least what they showed off in their model specs. It's not like, I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I doubt it'll be. What are those hard drives called? Like the plug-in USBs.
External drives.
There we go, external. It's gonna be completely different. It's gonna be like expansion card is what they're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, yeah. Obviously, the Series X is gonna have the disk drive, and the Series S won't. It's gonna be digital only, and yeah, the price difference is pretty big. A $200 price difference.
Yeah. Oof. And we were talking about the speculated Nintendo Switch 4K console. Mm-hmm. I really hope they make a wise decision on the pricing of the new Switch if they release it, because like the Series S, like it's gonna be able to play. I'm assuming it's gonna be able to play like next gen games at like 60 frames per second at 2K or 1080p, And then with the Switch, I'm assuming they're probably talking about like 4K with current gen games,
Mm-hmm.
4K, 30 frames per second. Who knows? But that's a really good price, and I just can't wait to hear Sony's response, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah. I could only imagine because do they have a spec sheet of the PlayStation 5 physical? I mean, physical and digital versions?
No, but I do know they did do a comparison of the teraflops. I'm not really huge. I don't really know much about teraflops, but I do know that the PS5 is like 2 teraflops below the Series X.
No. I meant the PlayStation 5 physical and the PlayStation 5 digital. Because you know how the digital version of the series is weaker than the X? Like, is the PlayStation 5 digital weaker than the physical?
I don't think so. I think they're just gonna, I think it's gonna be the same, dude.
Okay.
Because I know there's people that rely on on discless, like digital.
Yes.
They'd rather get digital than disc drive, but I'm assuming it should be the same.
Okay.
So that'll be like $100, price tag, like $100 less price tag for the disc console. Damn, that's gonna be interesting though. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if they're already showing off their price. I can only imagine what Sony's gonna do. I doubt if the PlayStation, because there is no spec sheet. We don't really know, or at least I don't know if there is a spec sheet between the PlayStation 5 physical and digital versions. But if they're both on par, like exactly the same, just one discless, one disc, I feel like for sure they're not going to match the $300 price tag with the Series S for their digital version. You know what I mean? But since their cards are out on the table and the Series X is more powerful, like barely percentage wise, or the teraflops, do you think they would go cheaper?
Not sure, honestly.
Because when the PS4 Pro launched, it was $400, and when the One X launched, it was $500.
Yeah.
But it's not like they knew they were well, I'm pretty sure they knew, but like if they were both launching at the same time, do you think, since we know the PS5 is less powerful than the Series X, do you think they're gonna go cheaper?
I hope so, dude.
Like, that'll be a really good marketing strat. But I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like they would match it.
Yeah, because Sony, obviously a lot of people are gonna buy Sony regardless of like spec wise, and we all know the Series X is much powerful than the PS5, but like they already have like exclusives, they already have like a lot of people are hooked up on PlayStation. So I don't think if they were to price it at $500, the same as Series X, I feel like they would do really well, and I think Sony would do absolutely good in the holiday with Ratchet and Clank if they launch it with it, or Spider-Man. I feel like they already got the exclusives. I do feel like they're gonna price it the same as the Series X, $500.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they'll probably take it at a loss because if we've heard that Sony has invested in a really, really fast SSD drive for the PS5. So and I've heard that SSD drive is pretty expensive to make, So I feel like they're gonna be losing a lot of money. So my guess is that they're gonna price it at $500. I'd be surprised if they price it at like $525 or $550, but I kind of doubt that though. It should be $500 or $450, $475. Who knows?
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. Hopefully they price match this. If anything, I know, like we said, we don't know the spec sheets between the digital and physical version of the PlayStation 5, but if they're exactly the same, I feel like maybe if the PlayStation 5 physical is $500, now my speculation is that the digital version would be $450. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But regardless, since we see that the Series X is releasing November 10th, do you think PlayStation 5 is going to match that?
I hope so, generally, like I remember like past console launches, like they would release it around the 20th of November, but November 10th, that's kind of early into November, honestly. But yeah, I hope so, hopefully. That'd be pretty interesting. Or what if they release it in October or something, the end of October? That'd be pretty cool. But we don't know.
Crazy, yeah. I'm trying to look up when the Xbox One launched,
Hmm.
and just because it's retarded, it's dumb name, like it's showing me the very first Xbox.
Xbox One 2013 release.
Xbox One.
2013 state.
2013. It was 2013.
Yeah, 2013. It's been 7 years.
Okay, so the Xbox launched Xbox One launched November 22nd, 2013, and the PlayStation 4 launched November 15th, 2013. So there was like a week gap.
I'm assuming they'll probably release it that same week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe November 17th, in a way. Just an extra 7 days after the Series X launch.
Or do you think it'll like release it 7 days prior?
Maybe, because that's the earliest. That would be like the earliest November release date for a console by Sony, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In recent years, I don't know if they've done it for the PS2 or PS1, but for sure, I do know that PS3 and PS4 they launched like around the 20th or like the 10s of November, mid-November, I should say. But that'd be pretty early though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. We finally got price, release date, pre-orders release date for the Microsoft console. I'm not even gonna call it Series X. I'm just gonna keep calling it the Microsoft console. It's too damn long. Why do you have to make your name like that? Like, why couldn't you patent something like PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4,
really
5? You know what I mean? Like, why did you go from Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's so difficult to just say your damn console's name. But so for now on, you are the Microsoft console. Whatever console you release from now on, you are now the Microsoft console. One. We're starting with you, Series S and X. One. And but regardless, the Series oh my god, I can't even say the name I want to give it now. The Series S, what do you think about the look?
I don't know. It reminds me of so much of like a speaker, like an old computer speaker that I used to have.
It is. Well, they said it is the smallest Xbox they have ever made.
Yeah, like how small is it though? Like, does it say the dimensions? Like the height?
It's like a third of the Series X.
Yeah, I saw the comparison, but the thing is, I don't really know like the dimensions of the Series X either. But to me, it looks like it's about to be like maybe 5 inches or 6 inches.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks really pretty thin though.
Yeah, it does look thin.
But from my perspective, I hate the way it looks, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything, they should have made that black circle white. Like why did you put that part black? Like they should have just made it white.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just that black circle that throws me off so bad. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe people will probably mod it and paint it white if they want to, but regardless, it just looks like it's oh my god, a Xbox One X in white.
Yeah.
And it just looks like an Xbox One S. Literally just looks like an Xbox One S. But yeah, I don't know. It just the look kind of throws me off. It's probably I like that one the least out of everything that they showed, from PlayStation 5 digital or PlayStation 5 physical all the way up into the Series S digital. But yeah, I wanted to get your input if you liked it or not.
I like it. Honestly, the price is really good. I like the price. As a matter of fact, I might sell my One X and get this one, you know? I bought the one.
Your One X is performs better though.
Really?
The One X runs 4K HDR. This one runs 2K.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm assuming they're talking about 2K for next gen games. You know what I mean? I know for sure the One X. I don't think next gen games are going to be able to run on the One X. You know?
Wait, what?
Okay, so like, you know how it says it's going to be able to run at 2K at 60 frames per second? I'm assuming they're talking about next gen games, right?
I assume that's cap. You won't go higher than 2K.
Yeah, like, but
Like
for next,
so Doom Eternal is gonna get capped at 2K.
you think so?
At least that's my idea. At least that's what it says. It says
Why would-
performance
okay, so-
target 2K 60 frames.
You think about it, the One X is currently what, like $3 right now?
Yeah.
Why would they price it at same as the One X, $300 Series S, you know, and at One X for $300 at same price?
Because it could go up to 120 frames.
The Series S?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means it would be much more powerful than the One X, right?
Yeah, and another reason is that it's digital only, is why it's cheaper too.
Yeah. That's true.
And it has a smaller hard drive than the One X and Series X.
Yeah, mine's at 1 terabyte. Fuck it. I don't know, man. I definitely gotta look into it more. Hopefully they do like a conference where they announce, where they actually like confirm it that the Series S is for next gen games, but you'll play it at maybe 1080p 60 frames per second instead of 4K 60 frames per second. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Series S is like a lower budget of the Series X, but it'll be able to play next gen games at 1080p 60 frames per second. And the One X wouldn't be able to play, you know, next gen games. I don't know. Just confusing to me. I don't know why they named so many Xbox games in the past recent years. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see more information. They said they're going to release more information as the months come. I mean, we got like 2 months, so we'll see, you know.
Yeah.
But I really do like their marketing plan. I believe it works through the Microsoft Store. I don't know how it works with other platforms like Best Buy, GameStop, Target, Walmart, but you could sign up for Xbox monthly payment plan. So it comes with the newest generation. Obviously, this pre-order starts September 22nd. If you want first come for your next gen Xbox, I suggest maybe doing this is the cheapest way. If you're approved, pretty much Series X, and you get Xbox Game Pass for 24 months for $35 a month for 24 months. And the Series S, Xbox Game Pass for 24 months, next gen console for $25 for 24 months. I think that idea is pretty cool if you want to make monthly payments on it through Microsoft and through these other third party retailers. But I wanted to know what you thought.
I think it's pretty good, dude. Like, I'm up for it. Whatever Microsoft does, I just hope Sony like counters it with a better price, because I sure as hell want me to get a PS5, you know, in the cheapest way possible.
Yeah. But I thought it was pretty interesting to let people know. I know we have some Xbox fans. I still don't know why, but no, just kidding. No, just kidding. We love you guys. But regardless, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty interesting idea. Another thing that they showed off is that EA Play is now combined with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate at no extra cost.
Oh shit.
Game Pass is killing it, dude. I for sure I didn't know what like Game Pass, like what the tiers was it for, but like I took a picture and screenshotted it. So pretty much, if you don't know what Game Pass is, you can either get a console version, which lets you access like a certain amount of games on Xbox for $10, or there's a PC version that starts for $5. If you're on PC and don't have an Xbox, you get the same thing, but they're how would you say it, like segregated? Like console has a certain amount, has certain games, and so does PC. I think console has more games available than the PC version, I believe. I believe the PC version is still in beta, but you can still access it through that. And there's the ultimate version. You get PC and console and Android devices if you have Xbox, what is it called? Xbox Cloud? xCloud. And Ultimate also comes with Xbox Live Gold for $15 a month. So for $15, you get access to a bunch of Xbox games or Xbox games that's on Xbox, and EA games that's now coming. And if you didn't know what EA Play was, it was pretty much Xbox Game Pass, but only for EA games like Battlefront, Dragon Age, Undertale? No, not Undertale. Unravel. There we go. Like games like that. But I think that's really cool to see that EA's implemented into Xbox Game Pass. But regardless, I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Game Pass comes, because if they're getting EA, I can only imagine what other companies they'll get on board with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll see what Xbox has planned, because I'm pretty sure they put Sony in a corner as of right now, because Sony has not said anything about prices, release date, or pre-orders. You know what I mean? Like,
getting annoying now.
And literally they have like until the 22nd, maybe like even before the 22nd, to say something, you know? Like, do they really want to be last to be in the pre-order state? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just getting cocky, or something's going on in the office, in the CEO office. But for sure, I just feel like they're getting, I don't know. I feel like it's getting greedy in a way, like too cocky, like like we don't care. We all know, that fanboys are still gonna buy our product. I feel like that's their mentality right now, but I could be wrong though.
I feel like it's more of COVID.
You think so?
Hell yeah. I feel like COVID affected a lot of things.
Like I doubt it, just because Microsoft also makes their consoles in China, like Sony, the way Sony does. Yet Sony, Microsoft has already, announced their price, So I feel like it's not COVID. Maybe a little bit. It has to do with the, the shipments, the units that the PS5, the amount of units there are of the PS5. We already know the shortage.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like everything that's affected by COVID. It's not just like with developers and production wise. Like I'm thinking about like the whole thing. Like I feel like they don't want to give a release date yet. And they don't want to give a price without a release date. So they're waiting for that one thing to tell them, okay, we got 5,000 units in America right now. You know what I mean? Like they barely got it like last week. You know what I mean? And like they don't want to say something and then a store not have any in stock the day of release. You know what I mean? Because of COVID. Like everything going around with the world. You know what I mean? I think they want to, or at least in my mentality, I wouldn't want to think that they're cocky or like they're full of themselves as of right now, but who really knows, At least that's my speculation, at least I hope that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That shipment is getting out to stores right now, but honestly, I doubt it, because I know for sure someone would have leaked it already. You know what I mean? Like saying like, oh, we got the PlayStation 5 in, and they would have leaked the box, just like how they're leaking the Xbox Series S and X controllers, like on the box itself. That's where we first saw our leak that the Xbox Series S was going to be called the Series S. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But regardless, just to have this confirmation from Microsoft is really cool, because for sure it does put Sony in a corner, I believe, to push out what they got, to push their release date, and not push it, but release the information of the pricing and when we're gonna be able to pre-order. But yeah, pretty cool that Microsoft fans are gonna be able to pre-order this thing. Well, overall, what were you gonna say? Go on.
No, that's pretty good. I'm one of them. Microsoft fans. I'm kidding. I'm both. Not a fanboy.
But overall, what do I think about this? If I was a Microsoft fanboy, for sure, I would definitely pick up the Series S, because that's a really good price for a next gen console.
Yeah.
And overall, I think it went well, regardless of the leaks happening and how they handled it after. It went really well. I really enjoyed it. I just can't. Hashtag not a fanboy, but I can't wait to see what PlayStation does over the next few weeks. If they don't announce something before September 22nd, oh man, it's gonna be so it's so hard. I don't know, just the thought still, like you said, we have 2 months till this day before this next gen Microsoft console comes out, and we still don't know the PlayStation price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap our heads around it. It's just I wouldn't say that it sucks. It's just come on already, you know? Give us a price, give us a release date. Let us get it over with, you know? But yeah, you have any last minute thoughts?
No, I'm just hyped, dude. I'm really digging the price of the Series X. I think it's pretty reasonable, you know, considering that it is a much powerful hardware compared to PS5. But then again, we don't really know the price of the PS5. But I can't wait to see Sony's response, dude. I really hope they don't take their sweet time. Like, I hope they announce it as soon as possible, maybe before the next podcast. But for sure, I just can't wait to see Sony's response because for sure, like, I want a cheaper alternative console than the Series X. I would love to get me a PS5, you know, instead.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just can't wait, dude. I'm still super excited for the PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that wraps up the news.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, this is the segment. No, this is the section or the part of the podcast where we answer community questions. You can ask us community questions in our Discord, and you can find a link to join our Discord in the description below. Or you can ask us on the Instagram post. I always post when a new episode goes live, and then I write something on the next slide, and you can comment your questions if you want to be read there. Mm-hmm. But our first question comes from Jonathan, aka Ack Ninja. He says, would you rather work out every day or go on keto?
I'd rather work out every day, you know?
What's keto?
I believe keto is when you don't eat carbs.
What's carbs?
Yeah, you don't eat carbs, like, you know, like sugar, like desserts, you know, pretty much that. You would pretty much go all out, like, on meat, I think keto, yeah.
If that's what it means, why wouldn't you work out every day?
Yeah, like, it's low. Yeah, you eat high fats, you know, protein, and, you know, low on carbs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd rather work out every day, dude.
For sure. Same here.
Mm-hmm.
And he asks, what do you think about the new generation graphics cards? We pretty much talked about that in the last episode, but as new information gets released like almost every week. But what do you think? What do you think, to rephrase what we talked about last week?
You know, if I was a huge PC fanboy, well, not really a fanboy, but if I was like a huge PC person, which I'm kind of am, you know, because that's how I render out my characters. I'm pretty excited about these GPUs because that also means it's like it puts in a field where it's competing against the new generation consoles. But I think I'm digging the price. I'm more of a CPU person because that's what my render engines use to render out my characters. I'm more of a CPU person, but for sure I'm pretty hyped about these GPU prices because that later down the line, maybe like a year from now or two, they're going to be a lot cheaper, and maybe I'll invest in one. But for right now, I'm pretty good with the GPU that I have. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped about the new GPU announcement from NVIDIA. What about you?
Yeah, same here. Like I said, my state of mind was 3090, but I'm gonna settle and get the 3080. Not that like I'm settling for anything bad, but I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty excited. I would like to still saving up money so I could hopefully buy one day one, so I don't have to worry about getting it later.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's my goal, just to get a 3080, and then pop it in, then save up for some water cooling parts, upgrade my CPU, maybe my motherboard. I don't think my motherboard, but yeah, I'm really excited. I would like to get a 3080. I'm excited. I know I want to get one just so I can play Cyberpunk to its fullest potential, you know? Obviously not to its fullest potential, but to play in the best way my monitor can handle, you know?
Yeah.
Really excited. Pretty much that's my main hook. I'm only getting a 3080 just for Cyberpunk. But yeah, our next question comes from Vince, the editor, the homie. He says, did you watch Disney's Mulan? And did you think it was going to go well for them? I have not seen Disney's Mulan. Did you, Mike?
No, I haven't, but I've heard a lot of, mixed reviews about it.
Yeah, same here. I've seen like not publishers, but like big companies that do reviews on movies like IGN say that the movie was good, but then the public audience says that it was fucking whack. That a lot of people did not enjoy it. So it's pretty much like you said, mixed reviews. Did I think it was gonna go well for them? What do you think, Mike?
Not really, because they didn't include the dragon. I forgot his name.
Mushu, God.
Yeah. they didn't include Eddie Murphy, so that was a huge turn off for a lot of Disney fans and Mulan fans. But yeah, I kind of saw it coming. To me, like watching the trailer, I kind of saw it like, it's like whatever,
Uh-huh.
But now hearing mixed reviews, it pretty much makes sense now.
Yeah. Definitely. I seen that on Disney Plus that you will be able to watch it for free, I believe, through the streaming service. So if you just pay for the streaming service, you don't have to pay that extra $30 to watch it day one. That you'll be able to watch it through the streaming service on December 4th. So I was like, well, fuck, why am I going to spend $30 now when I can just wait,
Yeah. I mean, you're in no hurry.
Yeah, I'm in no hurry, definitely. But I'll probably watch it when it goes free, but who really knows? And he says, Miguel, how'd you get into 3D art? What software did you start on? Overall, how's your journey been doing? Some dope gigs, but also being a freelance 3D artist.
Oh, for sure. Thanks,
I feel left out. No, just kidding.
Appreciate it, man. I got into it like even before like I graduated high school back in 2014. I remember I was messing around with a free software called Blender, and I would like do some basic modeling back in computer class. I forgot what the name was for that class, but I had it for first period, and I would like mess around with Blender in that class. But then I got more into it like when I started Chafee College. I was only there for a year before I dropped out because I had a free scholarship there. So everything was pretty much paid, and I remember being in the game design class and everything. The software that they used to use in that class was really, really outdated. It was pretty much like I was pretty much getting annoyed. I was getting annoyed by that class, even though I wasn't really paying anything because it was a free class. So I was like, damn, I kind of feel bad for the people that are paying for this class because they're not really getting much out of it. They're using like outdated software in that classroom. So I ended up before I dropped out, I finished up that year. But at the same time, I was also learning at home, which was a huge hassle because like learning from home and then coming back from school after like a long 10-hour like a 10-hour classroom. Like I would be over there for 10 hours at Chafee College because I didn't have a car, so I would rely on the bus. But the intermissions between classes was like within like an hour, and then to go back home was like an hour drive, in the bus. So I would stay over there for 10 hours, and then back home I would get home and I would be like so tired, but I was just motivated to learn 3D modeling at the comfort of my home. So I was doing that for the rest of the year, and then once the year ended, I still had like another year of free tuition, everything, free books and everything, but I just dropped out because I thought it was just really, really just a waste of time. I wasn't working. I was dependent on my parents, to buy me stuff. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just drop out, get a full-time job, and then learn at home. So I got a full-time job, and then I was also learning from home, and yeah, that pretty much what set me up like into like learning more about 3D. I started off, my main softwares are ZBrush, Maya, 3D Maya, and 3ds Max. So those are pretty much like the three softwares that I use mostly to model out my characters. But yeah, those are pretty much it. And then so far, like it's been going pretty good. The freelance, it depends on what kind of projects I like people ask me to do. For right now, I'm like mostly doing like collectibles. We're working on Marge for like a collectible figure. I've been doing that right now. But yeah, it's been pretty awesome. Like I'd love to get a job at a studio, but it's really, really competitive. I mean, like I said, I'm a dropout. I'm not really. I haven't paid anything. I'm not like in tuition debt or anything. Like I'm all like self-taught, and I'm going up against these people that are paying like 100,000s of in tuition. Because of 3D modeling that I do, like the stuff that I do, it's really, really expensive to go to a school like that, like Noman, which is based in Hollywood. It's like one of the best VFX schools out there. But that to study there, it's like 100,000. But yeah, like it's a really competitive field. I'd love to work at a studio, and it's possible because I don't really need a degree or anything to show them that I went to school. It's all about portfolio, which is what I'm still doing. I'm still building up my portfolio until I submit it to like Sony Santa Monica or freaking Sucker Punch Games. It'd be pretty cool, but right now I'm just like holding back a bit. I haven't applied at all. I'm just busy like working on my portfolio and just doing all that technical stuff that they look for in a 3D artist. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing, just freelance work and building on my portfolio. I think that's like the most important thing for me because I really do want to work full time at a studio. And yeah, pretty much it, just working on that. It's really it takes time for sure, like it's a competitive field, but then again, I'm going up against these people that are like that paid so much for like tuition and stuff like that, and I'm like mostly self-taught, so I kind of like to like pat myself in the back for that, for learning without going to school. It's all just self-taught, but yeah, just a long journey, it takes time, for everyone, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just everything's going good right now, thank God,
So yeah, I got into 3D art. No, just kidding. But yeah, that's pretty much all the questions we got. You got any last minute thoughts on anything we talked about?
I'm just hyped about the announcement for the PS5 if they ever announce it this month from Sony. Pretty much, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I really liked. Definitely one of my favorite topics was Immortals: Fenyx Rising, even though I butchered the fuck out of it. But regardless, yeah, that was episode 39 of the local podcast. You can find our podcast on Audioboom, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, and that one app you guys know about that we don't know about.
Sure.
Regardless, you can find all that information in the description. You can find our Discord link, invite link in the description. Also, I recommend you guys join, ask us questions, and we can answer them. We'll literally answer anything. It does not have to be video game related. As you can see, they asked about Mike's 3D art. But yeah, either ask us through Discord or check my Instagram post at Carlos Perez Skates. Yeah, man, that was a good episode.
That was.
I gotta pee. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll be back next week.
See you guys. Take care.
Can I get a oh yeah one more time?
Your turn, Danny. Danny.
I heard you.